Anyway, everyone, welcome to the next match of Frag Matic Egypt edition, and we're here to bring you another game between Invoked Esports.
Yeah.
Invoked Esports and Na Eun, a Korean team.
Yeah,
No clue how
we're
to
we're
pronounce
just
it.
gonna refer to them as Team Korean because we are like really bad. We're European, so we can't pronounce Asian names. That's our excuse.
Indeed. Basically it. That's basically it. Yes.
Yeah.
But there should be a game coming up soon. At
Yeah.
least Invoked will be on the blue side and Na Eun on the red side. I'm still just going to call it Na Eun. Like, I don't know. Sounds fine. Sounds fine with me.
It's gonna be hard. Like, it's easy for you to say because you're colored. Like, you can be like, oh, you can take your time. I have to I have to be fast. I have to be rapid fire cannon.
Yes. I knew that was coming somehow.
So
okay, finally they're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Picks and bans, and I wonder what will come out. Again, of course, Kindred, Jin, and Shen, all three being disabled. Kindred not still sure why, but there was a bug before, and just in case, they still have it on the ban list, so they'll auto ban. Shen, of course, being reworked recently. Don't want to get that through, and also Kindred, Jin, also being new on the list, of course, as a new champion, also being banned from this tournament. And we start off with a Tom Kench ban, which is kind of a generic ban, but the
Yeah.
Evelyn ban.
And a Twisted Fate ban, so takes two to tango, but both got banned.
Yeah, indeed. So
that was a skin joke for all you.
Yes, yes, definitely the Tango Twisted Fate skin. But I would assume target bans there. Evelyn, Twisted Fate, don't really see it banned often, but Twisted Fate definitely a strong mid laner. Can have a lot of side lane pressure as well because you have like a semi-global ultimate that can just like teleport on whatever place you want. And if you have the player for it, it's definitely really potent to have in your compositions or champion pools.
So, Gangplank, we salute you, and Poppy doesn't get to be a hero today.
Just being banned out because Flex Roll still pretty strong in both of the roles, and Gangplank is a kind of a generic ban. Gangplank really safe, pretty strong in laning overall because you get a lot of sustain from the Grasper from dying that does proc on a parlay.
Yeah.
Where you can just like basically heal from range. Just shooting your enemy, hey, extra health and extra damage as well on my opponent.
It's so surprising because Gangplank was like he got reworked and then he was like ridiculously strong, and then they nerfed his barrels. They nerfed his barrels again. Then they increased the mana costs on the Q, and then they nerfed the Q again so it doesn't refund mana when you kill something. And he's still ridiculously strong.
I think it's more of the concept, like the kit itself, that is like ridiculously strong, rather than indeed the spells being the issues. Because you have these champions like Tom Kench, for example, or Thresh. They have kits that are so strong and versatile that it has low counterplay, or at least like hard counterplay.
Yeah.
That they will always be viable now, no matter how hard they get nerfed. Probably Lee Sin as well. I mean, you can basically get this running joke about Lee Sin for Korea. Like, even if Lee Sin overspells have only 1 damage, Korea will still make it work. They will still make it work.
They'll just go some like on-hit build. Like Luden's Echo, Rylai's Crystal Scepter or something.
Yeah, probably.
Because Lee Sin has actually pretty decent AP scaling, I think.
On the shield, no, actually they did get rid of most of it, if I'm not mistaken. And also his Tempest, his E, where he slams on the ground, right? It skills with AD, but it does magic damage.
Okay. We're gonna do different then. Blade of the Ruined King.
Better. I like it
Blade
more
of the Ruined
now.
King, Ginsu's Rage Blade.
Yes.
Titanic Hydra. What else?
But they have no health. They might as well go Ravenous Hydra with the Blade of the Ruined King.
Thornmill and Warmog's Armor.
Oh yeah, that works. Indeed, full tank, just spell utility, full spell utility.
And on hit.
That's all. And on hit, indeed. Bit of the Blade of the Ruined King. Well, you do get percentage health damage.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Even if the Q, like the Resonating Strike gets removed from the execution damage, will still
Persisted Lee Sin. But we are on Lee Sin not in this game so far. Graves and Elise being picked up. Elise actually making a small resurgence ever since that new jungle item got introduced, like the mini Luden's Echo for junglers. Elise just works so well off of it, and especially with the jungle camps now being a lot weaker as well. Like they were like really brutal, like like half a season or like mid-season 5. They were like really strong, and then they got toned down, and more of their power got shifted into the small creeps. So like AP junglers were gonna do a little bit better, but it really brought back Elise. Now speaking of which, you made the comparison between Lux and Morgana, and how they're both being picked up by IV.
Indeed. Wait, sorry. What did you just say?
That
I'm so bad at multitasking. I'm so bad at multitasking.
No, you said earlier that Morgana and Lux were so similar, and that was funny because they're both picked up by IV now.
Yeah, indeed. They're both picked up. And I indeed tend to be like bad at multitasking. Like, it need to communicate with the admin. It's like, yeah, okay, it's cool, you know. And then like listening at the same time doesn't work. It's not in my street. Definitely not in my street. But indeed, Morgana, Lux, they are pretty good together. Of course, like the double bindings. They deal a lot of damage, as we saw in the previous game. And then also, you also deny the spell shield away from your opponent with the Lux. And instead, we do see the Alistair and the Corki pickup, which is pretty good. Alistair also being known for this, like, support that gets, like, really tanky, works in every type of comp as well, like in skirmishing, team fighting, even just, like, generic frontline comps, because...
He even works as an AP top.
Even works as an AP top. That went very well, didn't it?
It actually did.
Yeah, it actually did go pretty well. But was it AP though? Like he kind of went more tanky-ish.
Because I had to, because the rest of the team was failing. I had to pick up the slack.
Yeah, no, but then you would go even more damage, no?
No, but
No, but
you just don't get it, do you?
No, I don't. Anyway, Malphite and Lee Sin being picked up for the last rotation of Invoked, which will give a lot of pick potential with the bindings as well for the Lee Sin, of course. And then they still have got a bit of skirmishing in there with the Malphite ultimate. And the last pick will be Ezreal for So Na Eun, I think it was.
Team Korea.
Team Korea. Let's
Team
just
Korea.
go for Team Korea. So that will be the double Trinity force. I think actually it kind of depends since we don't really know if Ezreal will be mid or bot. Because if it's Ezreal mid, it's more likely to be Trinity force Ezreal.
I think if I'm like taking a wild guess, I think it's gonna be Ezreal mid solely because I see Alistar Corki being synergizing more than Ezreal Alistar. Because with the Alistar, if you get the knockup, Corki just gets so much shred in with the Gatling gun, and he can land a guaranteed phosphorus bomb and the rocket, and then you can just like start hitting and start wailing for like a lot of damage.
And also the Ezreal, I would say it's a bit safe against the Lux as well, since your escape is kind of more instant.
Yeah.
Where you can just like blink away rather than Valkyrie away.
Even when you're hit by it, you can still blink away, like if you're really fast.
And it's like a certain window where you will still blink even though the CC hits you. Which is quite frustrating when you play against it, but kind of funny if you play Ezreal yourself.
I love it. I love it. I pull that trick off so many times that I just love it. And people go in all chat like, WTF, I landed that hook. I don't know.
Yeah, but I blinked away, obviously.
I'm just gonna... I just reply, you belong in the museum.
There's like full role play going on there.
Yeah, of course.
Nice, I like it.
I mean, Ezreal's a pretty boy. I'm a not so pretty boy. So, I don't know.
So that is linked to the role play, yeah?
Yes. I want to feel as pretty as Ezreal.
Ah, I see. But like, if you look at these two team comps, right? Like, who would you give it mostly to?
It's kind of hard to say. I kind of like both sides. With, I do like IV's pick potential a little bit more because they have Dark Binding, they have the Lux Snare, they have the engage from Malphite. Then again, if this is mid lane Ezreal, what I'm expecting it to be, they have like a lot of kite and a lot of poke on their own. Like the poke is only coming from IV, so it kind of depends on how it's gonna go. Like if Ivy managed to get a good pick off before Team Korea can get enough poke on so they can actually engage and not be scared of the repercussions, you know, like then I would give it to Team Korea. But if Team Korea get picked off, then it's definitely IG. Like that's pretty much their win conditions, I would say. I could be completely wrong
Yeah.
here, but
Yeah. Well, they do get like a decent front line as well. With the Alistar, of course, they will always be tanky no matter what.
Yeah.
Then Graves gets kind of tanky as well. It's going to be a top lane Graves as well. We normally see it in the jungle, but this time we do see it in the top lane. Not sure if I like it as much into a Malphite. Malphite doesn't have as much of a wave clear, of course, so at least Graves will be able to pressure a Malphite.
Yeah.
But if I really like the pick into that Malphite, where Graves can still be vulnerable to some of that one-shot potential with like the Malphite ultimate on top of the Lee Sin ultimate, or just basically getting onto the Graves with the Lee Sin, it can still be deadly for the Graves in the top lane.
Pretty much. So we are loading into game, ladies and gentlemen, and we can see all those lovely skins that people have picked out in before no one actually picked a skin, and I'm gonna look pretty stupid.
Classic skin is also skin, no? Technically. No.
Not really. No. I disagree.
Actually, so sometimes I just actually prefer like classic skins overall.
I sometimes do as well, but like showing off a skin is just so good, you know.
Yeah, I think I feel you there. Yeah, I think I feel
Like
you.
say for example, I hate Jailbreak Graves. I think Jailbreak Graves is like
A lot of people do actually. A lot of people hate jailbreak Graves, but in game it doesn't look as bad. To be
it
honest.
doesn't. No, like I agree, it doesn't look as bad in game. But then you have like the splash art, and it's like so disappointing. And then you have skins that are like the opposite, like Mecha Malphite is like on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like the splash art looks so amazing, and then like you see him in the rift, and it's like one of those Bionicle toys.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, indeed.
like for those of you that are really young, Bionicles, they were like Lego Power Rangers.
Lego Power Rangers. Wait, are there Power Rangers in Lego?
Or no, like you don't know what Bionicles are?
Yeah, I know what the Bionicles are, but Lego.
Like
no,
I'm comparing them.
They
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, that
gotta
makes
listen.
sense.
Gotta stop
Yeah,
multitasking.
yeah. Well, now I'm not multitasking, but I just didn't get where you were going at.
But now you get it.
Yeah, now
Good.
I get it. Indeed.
Good.
Indeed. I thought you were comparing them to something, but you were actually like, calling it like the Power Rangers.
No. I said they were like Lego Power.
Yeah, indeed. I got you now.
But yeah, that's how Mecha Malphite looks in game. And Mecha Aatrox, to a certain degree.
I actually don't like them. In game. Not that much, at least.
I love the splash art of Mecha Aatrox. Yeah. I just don't like him. Like, I just don't like it in game. It just looks so weird, you know?
Yeah.
I really like the classic Aatrox, you know, like with the wings just kind of like, you know, floating like banners and stuff like that.
But anyway, back to the game. We are in game, of course, but obviously you can see that it is a pause. There are quite some lag issues so far on the competition. It is quite known well around.
Yeah, you can't have a Fragmatic game without a pause. That's
Is there any competition you can have without a pause, actually?
Yes, OGN.
Yes, okay, but then indeed, like if we compare it to a LAN, let's take like that.
I don't know, a LAN that has its own server.
Probably, yeah.
LAN that has access to Tournament Realm.
Now that would be amazing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have access to Tournament Realm, but we are heading back into game. So, seems like nothing pretty much loaded up so far. Teams are moving around.
And it also looks like my computer, at least the client, is working for me as well this time.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because I wasn't able to for the last computers. But what I'm most curious about if it's going to be like a blue Ezreal or a Trinity Ezreal, right? It's going to be Ezreal, that is. Like we're still not sure where it will be going. I'm not familiar with the players myself. They look like names that could be of Smurfs. So I'm not quite sure.
Oh, Ezreal. Oh, Ezreal being binded. You did.
Not much to say, really.
Nah.
Binding into a kick, and he was dead.
Yep. It's like symphony. Like bind, kick, dead.
kind of. It looks very smooth at least. It looks very coordinated. I do have to say that. It's like it needs like chaining the CC very well, like one by one.
Let's see who did get first blood. So it was Lee Sin that got first blood. Apologies for the scoreboard. Doesn't seem like everyone is in place. So I'm just gonna do that real quick for you guys. At least on the scoreboard.
Yes, and it looks like it's going to be a Corki mid.
Yeah.
Corki mid.
I'm actually surprised. I did actually suspect it, or I did actually think it was going to be Ezreal mid, despite Corki mid being so powerful, just based on the synergy of you know, Corki and Alistar in the bot lane.
Yes, and I would definitely agree on that. Like, of course, we discussed earlier where Corki is pretty good in mid lane when it comes to like the package, where you can have like a lot of influence on the side lane Rizzes. Ezreal would be overall safer. Like, Ezreal still has like the two-shot barrage, of course, where he can aim it better from the mid lane because it's easier to aim, and it's also more accessible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it also kind of works like as a kind of a counter to Lux, because like she will push with the final spark, and Ezreal can kind of retaliate with his own true shot barrage and kind of equal it out. Like, of course, Ezreal does suffer from the reduced damage for every minion hit or like target hit, and Lux doesn't, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
Like Lux is just like all across the straight line.
This is all one damage.
Abukra kind of taking a beating from Season 6 Animal here.
And also the season animal also now back in season 6, of course, because there was season 5 animal, if I'm not mistaken, and now renamed season 6 animal. Playing the Graves top lane, and so far doing a pretty well job. And this lane, which you would expect from a Graves lane, especially against a non-wave clearer that is like Malphite, and pressuring him well under the turret. That's definitely what he wants to do, like try to deny as much harm as possible. But against a Malphite, probably not as effective.
Yeah, the thing I'm actually most surprised about is that Abukar went Corrupting Potion over Claw 5 in this matchup. Because I feel like the a Claw 5 start would transition better towards a Sunfire Cape Rush, which would look to be pretty effective against this team actually.
It would definitely be like there's a lot more CD damage to the board. There's no way around it. And also having Claw 5 leaves you with no HP, but down the bot lane.
Oh, spell immune onto Crunchy, so that Cocoon is not going to let me know. Kip carry onto Season 6 Animal. Abukar taking a lot of damage to Season 6 Animal is out of mana, though the kick will land. Kip carry picking up that kill.
And indeed, solid first kick. And this is the downside of Graves. If you indeed run out of mana, of course, you can't dash away. Still, Graves kind of slow in the movement speed, and you push a lot as Graves since your auto attacks are always AoE, so well punished by Ivy.
Yeah, there's pretty much no getting around that pushing fact, because all Graves' auto attacks are that cone, right? He doesn't really have normal auto attacks, does he?
No, indeed. Basically, like the rework, like the buckshot, like the Q from Graves now got onto his passive.
Yeah, so
technically, where indeed the more bullets hit, the more damage you do.
Okay, yeah. So Dashing getting locked up by the binding. Vincent getting double shield though. That small change to Lux actually mattered a whole lot, where she can like get her shield twice, because I think it was
long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Cocoon does land onto Luck though. Vincent does get double shield yet again. A great binding onto Sharma. Repel comes in though, but Itsy Bitsy Spider does not follow. Vincent safe. And that, again, that double shield probably had like a large part in it, because in the past and a long time ago, you could only get shielded once from your shield, but now if you have taken damage, you get it twice. You know, Abukar flashing, not sure why though. Kick does land. Gift carry on a killing spree, picking up another kill.
And they are punishing this Grave Flick really, really well. They're punishing that perma push in the top lane. And Malphite is still good because he will get the armor, like in the cloth armor. He will skill from armor, he will gain damage from armor too. And he also has a spell now with like the very mini rework on Malphite, where he gain percentage armor on one of his spells.
Yeah, but the only thing iffy about that was the flash. Like I'm not sure why he flashed. Because he like literally flashed in. Shaman doing a bit of damage onto Bukra. Bukra, of course, not too resistant for magic damage, so it's Spider climbing on the ground. Shaman forced it back with Jihadi Dasha coming in for the rescue. But does Shaman have enough health to continue? Gift Carry actually goes in. No repel for Elise. Gift Carry level 5. Will he be able to ward top out of this one? Yes, he does. Vincent coming in for the save. Seismic Shard landing onto Animal. Dasha doing a little bit of damage, but double binding landing. Valkyrie follow up with Animal dashing in as well. Vincent taking damage after damage. Shield will be up in 4 more seconds. Binding will be up in 1, and they can follow up. I think they actually messed up their pathing there, because as soon as they walked in the brush, they attacked that ward. While Alice.
And overall, I would say it was like a really overconfident dive set up. Sometimes go right, but basically had no rise, doing a bit of damage, but just flashing over the wall, getting that kill on Elise, and Jihadi being so slow on rotating back into like their own jungle allowed Kip Carry to just like walk away.
Yeah, it was a pretty ballsy move though. Like that could have gone wrong on so many levels.
It could have gone wrong in many situations.
Bami Cinder being completed by a Brukara, slowly stealing away that help from Scene 6 Animal, but Animal doesn't seem to care too much about it.
Not as of yet, at least. He's running out of mana. Like, again, he's out of mana. He could be punished again with level 6 save as well.
I think a Brukara is fine. He does have like a lot of health department, but he's still kind of lacking in his tankiness. Only has the cloth armor to account for it. But probably will go back to lane pretty soon and finish up that Chain Vest. Chain Vest does make a huge difference in the matchup. So like a cloth armor, like the difference is only minuscule. But if your armor values are kind of low and you're doubling up on that with a Chain Vest, like suddenly the percentage of physical damage you take gets reduced by so much because you're on that low levels of armor.
It's a pretty big upgrade to get now. Jungler's getting a little meet up in the bot river. Scuttlecraft does go down to Kip Carry. And I wonder how they will play out further. Like they've got a 4-0 lead. They can probably just see if
Kip Carry landing the kick. Sonic Wave missing though, but nowhere to repel to. But down. Here comes the cripple. The cocoon does land, but no follow up. Maybe a Lux ultimate coming in. Jihadi Dasha with the package coming in. Nice ward up by Kip Carry, but Dasha following up on that one. True Shot Barrage does not land. Phosphorus Bomb does though. Binding connects, but a little bit too late. And that's the first return kill for Team Korea.
Vincent didn't go for the shield.
Oh! Final spark right across the face. Vincent having a lot of practice burning ants with those magnifying glass. Huh?
With the power of sun. Oh no.
Yeah.
The power of the sun. He's just burning the insects down.
Yeah, no, the power of light.
Power of light. Power of light.
Yeah.
Indeed, that suits better. That definitely suits better. But I was actually surprised that Vincent held on that shield for Kip Carry, like basically not shielding the damage that Cork would throw out. But I guess maybe he thought that he would be fine. Like, yeah, he can just like jump over me with your safeguard. He will be fine. Like, oh wait, but he redeemed himself afterwards, getting that binding, getting that love zone as well, and granting another kill for his team.
Bukra did finish up on his chain test, working towards the Sunfire Cape. Oh, binding lands onto Shaman. Blue buff faction not being stolen away. That's going to be secured. So a nice effort by Crunchy. But game's like slightly into Ivy's favor, not by a whole bunch though. But by the way they're playing, you definitely feel like they're in control.
Yes, they are definitely in control. You can always feel it when teams are in control of kills. Normally they do indeed have that lead. Well, the vision, they also have a little bit of the lead on the counter jungling. You can really feel the pressure from Kip Carry coming out in the enemy jungle, and that also is because solo laners are ahead.
Ultimate landing, Season 6 Animal taking a lot of damage. So dashes away from the tower though, and that allows Kip Carry to easily pick up that kill. While Charmin coming in, Bukra without mana though will possibly fall. Flashes away slowly, taking Sharma does pick that one up, but can Kip Carry retaliate? Yes, he can. 2 for 1 overall in favor of Team Ivy.
Barely got that Sonic Wave, like, past the little spiderlings in order to get it on Elise itself, and indeed scavenges that kill there. Really good kick as well to actually get her away from the spiderlings. And now it's pretty much rinse and repeat. Do have to say though, 6 out of 7 kills are on Kip Carry on the Lee Sin. And of course, Lee Sin gets really hard carry. But the later this game goes, it's going to be harder for him to carry because you're playing against high scaling champions like Idiot.
Yeah, the one bad thing about him getting all the kills instead of like being spread out. Oh, Season 6 Animal flashing in. Kip Carry forced to flash out. But what I want to say, like the bad thing about getting so many kills instead of spreading them out is because of the bounty system. So the bounty system like has been reworked. Oh, great. Season 6 Animal in a lot of trouble. Will he be able to get out? Bukra just slowly punching away with his Lego bricks of steel, I guess.
I suppose it's steel. But basically he also burned him away with that Bami Cinder. Now, actually it's Sunfire by now, already. Quite early Sunfire, like in the 12-minute mark.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much that
early. Not that early, actually. It's
yeah, it's pretty much everything he like put his gold into though. So like he's pretty much banking on that early Sunfire, and it's been working out pretty well. Definitely with this grades now being 0 for Sharma. Going a little bit too early with Kakua, might actually die though. The Culling will pick up the kill onto Grackly. Crunchy being healed up by Grackly. Grackly might go in for this one. Flashes in. Grackly is not going to go down just yet. A little bit of an awkward board hop, but it will be enough to get the kill. Kip Carry now on the killing spree. Reformed, popping that ultimate, and Kip Carry going in after ultimate expire. Meal in the top lane. Season 6 Animal slowly burning to death. The ult and the Sonic Wave, the triple kill, and that was a 13-minute ace for IV.
And also over the map, top lane getting a kill, and bottom lane, great coordination as well with the Sonic Wave and the what's it called again? Final Spark. Indeed, the Final Spark in order to get the final Sonic Wave on the Azrael, and they do bring it down. A very early ace.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There's also the thing, like, really early on, that time is up pretty short, so if you think you get an ace, you better still get out as soon as possible, because that time is not long.
Yeah. But yeah, now 9 kills onto Akura. Like, that's amazing. Vincent will go down there from a nice gank from EGEL, though flashes away, but the Valkyrie will chase Kip Carry a little bit too late on the safeguard shield, though heal coming out from Jihadi, but can he get it? Yes, he can. That's going to be kill number 10, but kick into Elise, who gets a massive shutdown bounty onto Lee Sin. And that was the point I was trying to make earlier. Like, yes, it's good to have that many kills, but the only problem is like the new bounty system, because if you get shut down, you don't instantly like reset your bounty. Like, it gradually gets lower and lower. So like if you're like 10-0 and you die first, you give like 500 gold, but after that you give like 400 something. Two-shot Barrage being comboed off on. Will he be able to survive this one? No, he won't. Tries to get a Culling in. A little bit desperation. Maybe Morgana can make a play here, though not really possible with Triumphant Roar coming across.
And also, it's now split across all of the team members. It's not going to be a shutdown goal for one of your players. No, it's going to be across the whole board. Now, let's go, of course, slowly working towards that blue build succeeded here.
Listen for the counter. Shaman actually does get away from that reformed EGL. Might go down to a tower shot. No, he won't, but here comes Vincent and Milan on top of C6 Animal, and for fighting, not going for the dive. The Sonic Wave missing. Valkyrie coming across. Vincent picking up the kill with the final spark. Are they going to continue binding? Light binding doesn't quite connect there. Milan something. Grace forced to back out. Kip Carry with that shield, barely surviving that true shot barrage. Ezreal not being strong enough yet for the massive damage, but it looks like this is pretty much becoming a slaughterhouse, but Kip Carry has to be careful with giving away these kills and racking them up. Really. Like, kind of needs to share the wealth if he wants his team to win, because if he wants his team to win. Because yes, they are 15-8, but if you deduct the Lee Sin kills, it's a lot more balanced on Team Korea's side. Oh, Jihadi does shit, getting knocked up. Abukar doesn't really have many mana to follow up. No. Oh, Final Spark is actually back up and will pick up the kill. Vincent with that one. I forgot what a ridiculously low cooldown Final Spark actually is. Yeah, 39 seconds at level 12.
Yep. Yeah, like that's already with about 30% cooldown reduction by now. Okay, cooldown reduction now, time is going.
Shaman going down. Yo's Ghostblade being popped. Crunchy once on this, but instantly gets exhausted by him. Rusha Barrage hitting across, doesn't do too much except graze and get a few minions here and there.
That's indeed one of the plus sides on the Lux. Like, you get a huge burst every 39 seconds or so, like already with so much cooldown reduction with the Athene's on Holy Grail and the Ionian boots. It's really long, the width is pretty good as well, pretty wide, and if you can indeed get those long range shots, and if you do get the bindings, normally means that you're like guaranteed death.
Wow, I see a Magi on Vincent.
Okay, that's going to be... I don't know, I actually like this investment, because Magi actually gets really, really good as long as you don't die. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, as long as you don't die, which is pretty easy to do on champions like Lux.
Yeah, I think it was mostly prominent on Janna though. I think that was a thing, like Magi's Janna support. Yeah, or Magi's Janna mid lane even.
That was way back in the day. I think that was like season 1 where AP ratios were still really strong.
Vincent is already, yeah, he's already sitting at the 40% cooldown reduction now. So I'm guessing he's running 10%, or no, actually he has a blue buff. But you know, Kip Carry coming in, doesn't quite connect anything. Good knock of Vincent does go down. Kip Carry gets shut down as well. That's going to be a double kill for Charmin. Completely coming back into this game, and the gold differential isn't that big, honestly. It's like only 3k, and if you consider that most of that is in Lee Sin, like even the junglers don't have that big of a differential anymore. It's only 600 between the two of them.
Yep, it was Team Korea being able to kill Kevin. Some of the kills here and there, they're still good in farming, but now top lane, we do see that Season 5 and Season 5, Season 6 by now, and more getting go, and also the cow going for the dive.
Correctly going into Rusha Barrage, does connect though. Reform tanking up so much damage. Ezreal missing on a shelter. Dorian coming in, heals being popped, but it is Lucian who gets the final lap. You know, Abukar forced to knock up the court and Charmin on the lead. Will he be able to survive that one? No, he will not. Charmin just casually skittering about out of that one, and it might even be a tower in the top lane being taken down, and that's pretty much going to equal up the towers on both sides, really.
That's what we've been discussing about, like Lee Sin going to start actually falling off right now. Like, we have a Corky and Ezreal getting a blue build, really good in the late game, and Lee Sin, this Lee Sin fighting against a strong mid and late game competition. And if you don't have any kills on one of your solo laners, or not even your AD carry, it's going to be really, really tough to fight.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like a bias that IV have, because they are ahead, but it's mostly only on the Lee Sin. So I feel that IV, like every member of IV feels that they're ahead of their lane opponent, in which actually they are not. Because it's only the Lee Sin who's ahead of his opponent. And even then, it hasn't, like, you know... Season 6 Animal getting one kill. Can he get a second? Kip Carry going in. Lands the kick. Dorian picking up the kill onto Crunchy. So Kip Carry now in a whole bunch of trouble. Charmin on the rampage. Now it's Charmin just racking up the kills left and right. Might actually go onto Bruka with double buffs. Here, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Does he have ultimate available? No, he does not for quite some time. That's going to be another tower being taken down by Team Korea.
And I guess this pretty much shows Graves in a nutshell. You stand near a wall, and Graves has like 1 or 2 items. You'll just do so much burst, even with shields. Doesn't matter. He just doesn't care. Like, he can still want to do it. So that's happened to Vincent. Got instant pop just by that one end of the line into the Graves. So with that high amount of attack damage and also arm penetration, of course. This also means Dragon this time did not get stolen by the Colin, unfortunately. But indeed, like the first dragon now for Team Korea.
Graves gonna have all the power he wants, but he still can't have a cigar.
Yep.
Which is funny because he actually had his cigar in like the cinematic, like the most recent one.
Yep. Yeah.
And like Gragas can get drunk, you know, like Jin can kill people, but Graves can't have a cigar.
Yep. I still don't understand why they actually removed the cigar. Actually, don't know. Like, what was my statement? Like, did they have to make a statement about it?
No, they didn't. They just kind of removed it. At least I don't think they did. I could be wrong though. Season 6 Animal in a 1v1 versus Abruka, but Abruka might find himself in a little bit of a stickier situation. Here comes Gianni Dashido to the rescue. Knock him off the Season 6 Animal. Gift Carry goes down. The cavalry being in favor of Team Korea. Baron being pinged out here and there. They might actually look to take it.
Yeah, they very well could. They've got the strong mid-game power spike. They do have the Iceborne Gauntlet. They do have the enemies. Getting on into a good spike. Graves, of course, really strong with the 2 items now. Marvel Mortis being finished off.
Yeah.
On top of that, Yomus, like this could be a moment to go for Baron, but I guess they don't want to risk it either. They still have to deal with the AoE damage from the Lux, and also the AoE damage from the Baron, of course. So instead they just go.
Yeah, it is kind of risky. I mean, despite at least having a semi-execute, Lux Ultimate Final Spark does not quite get it. Shaman looking around the area. Corky doing plenty of damage with his rockets still. Is teleport up for Graves? No, it is not. Dorian now picking up a tower onto himself. Can he kite well enough? Does have the Iceborne Gauntlet. Is trying to the best of his ability. Arcane shifts out. Forces the flash out of Abruka. Abruka wants this, but he goes the wrong direction. Gets another slow. Abruka is being kited left and right. Forced into a ward. Does not want to use anything else. Does not want to fight this. Didn't have any ult available as well. And that's pretty much a flash only wasted for Abruka.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, Malphite can still be somewhat sticky because he steals movement speed, so even if you do get slowed by the Iceborne Gauntlet, he can still somewhat catch up because he slows you, and he also negates most of that slow from the Iceborne Gauntlet, so he can still run into you at the same speed.
Directly, oh wow. That was disgusting to see.
Yep, that's 3 AP item at least for you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a quick look how much percentage damage that that spider's bite does, or like neurotoxin. It does 180 plus 12%. Actually flashes in, but flashed in at the wrong time. But are they still gonna continue at least being a little bit too overzealous? Their final spark being used to try and clear out the wave as much as possible. Triumphant roar to try and stop that as much as possible. Ruka will go down to the True Shot barrage, so that is it being sniped out. Vincent walking a little bit too far forward. Season 6 Animal now being caught out. Gets the shield from reformed onto himself. It looks like they're still going to continue pushing, not really caring, because with IV losing their main engage, they can just keep pushing slowly but surely. Despite the wave clear coming in from Vincent. Vincent fairly low, forced to back off. Season 6 Animal sealing the rep up away. Now in a 1v1 versus Kip Carry. Sonic Wave lands. This can be the revenge of Kip Carry though. Picking up that one.
Yeah, and I feel Kip Carry has been a little bit too confident, like with his, by now 12 kills, before it was like about 10 or 11 kills. Like, he died top lane, he wanted to go for the play, but then he missed his Sonic Wave. And he really needs to make these types of plays one-on-one. It's really hard to do at this point, to do them against multiple people because of how the scaling works. Like, they get more synergy than Team Korea. So if you go for these more quote-unquote ballsy plays, it's going to get really hard for you to actually manage to get such outplays.
Abruka, you know, it's kind of a sticky situation, literally, as he is being cocooned, but walks out of that one, just activates the heat of his Sunfire Cape and just burns the webbing right off. Teleport now coming in as well from Season 6 Animal. Does Abruka have his ultimate available? Yes, he does, but doesn't even try to defend it. You know, Kip Carry with a good Dragon's Kick onto 2, but forced to dash out of that one with the safeguard. Season 6 Animal actually goes in. Yomus goes play correctly. solo. Where is Karfus when you need him? They can probably get a little bit of damage onto towards this inhibitor tower. It looks like everyone is backing up and gonna go towards top lane inner tower, except for Dorian, who's gonna split towards the bottom. So, with that said, like earlier on, it was IV with the 3K gold lead, and now it's Team Korea who's slowly approaching a 4K gold lead, or actually it already has a 4K gold lead over over Team IV. So, like props to Team Korea, like for turning it around, like from like being 3K behind to 4K ahead in just like a matter of 7 minutes.
And they probably knew as well, like, okay, we see the majority of the kills, can just stall it out a bit, and then we can just basically turn it around because we've got good scaling against them. Right, because Lucian, he kind of needs skills in order to get going. Lux, somewhat the same, but not completely. Malphite, oh, he's just a rock.
Yeah.
And then indeed Lee Sin does fall off a bit, and then you've got a blue Ezreal that's really, really potent for that late game. You've got Corki that gets like really hard to itemize against because of the mixed damage with the magic damage off his passive as well. And they have an Alistair that's tanky anyway. Elise is getting really strong now. 3 AP items are now getting tanky too. Probably going to be the Spirit Visage there, looking at the item Spirit Power and Kill Gem. But the only thing I don't really like yet from Team Korea is that they're not investing a lot in Pink Wards. They can definitely push more Pink Wards through to gain full control over like the Baron. Can even sneak it, can even bait it, whatever they like to do.
One thing I would also like to point out is the Lux Magi's like not paying off. Because like you did say earlier, like Magi's is a good item as long as you're not dying, but like Vincent is already sitting at is already sitting at 4 stacks. Now of course one team fight could like flip it completely. Like if you die but you get like 5 assists, then I think you get bumped up to like 6-7 stacks or something like that, so that makes it worthwhile. But the longer Vincent is sitting at 4 stacks, the more like non-cost efficient that item is going to be in the long run.
Yeah, you really need to get assists and kills in order for it to be efficient, like you said. And otherwise it's going to be like delaying like other items that could have provided AP for you by that time.
Yeah, so I think Vincent is going to go for a Luden's Echo right now, or a Death Cap, either of the two.
Maybe Luden's just to get like more of that instant burst down, and also to get more movement, which helps Lux a lot. But I think I would prefer Rabadon nonetheless, just to emphasize the AP you already have.
Yeah.
And then because you are hitting your 4th AP item right now.
Oh, Binding doesn't land onto Dushido. This might be the fight they're looking for. Crucial Barrage onto 4 people, but Crunch is still alive. Another stack for Lux. Sharon to go up. Does get the kill onto Crunchy though, will fall as well. Another assist for Vincent. Reform tries to get something out of this with one triumphant roar, trying to kill a Vibe, doing as much as he can. Final spark comes across. Breeze picking up the kill onto Lucian. Overall, a 3 for 2 as I can see right now. So Team IV getting back into these fights. Great binding from that Morgana to start it all off.
It was very well played, capitalizing on such a thing. I would have thought that they would manage to actually get such a pick. Like, Blue Ezreal was really hard to engage because of all the kiting, but there was a switch that easily flicked on for IV. Managed to get a kill, managed to get the right spells on the right target, and now turn it around. This is really, really good for them. But again, 1 kill going towards skip carry, at least there's like a couple more kills onto the Lux. 12 stacks right now.
Yeah.
So now this meta is actually going to be worth buying, or actually being worth now after the purchase.
Let's see. So the Magi is giving now plus 60 ability power off of that one. So huge spike. And if Vincent actually does get to 20 stacks, which is pretty feasible at this point, it is going to be extra movement speed if I recall correctly.
Yeah, it's now indeed there's no more cooldown reduction, but indeed you get 10% movement speed if you have at least 15 of these glorious stacks.
I think they changed that pass from Sword of the Occult. I think Sword of the Occult
Yeah,
used to give move speed if you had 20 stacks.
Yeah. But like I said, it's like 60 ability power, but it is additional ability power. So it's 80 ability power. And then for only 1300 gold, that's really, really efficient.
Yeah, that's. I think that's like the most cost-efficient item in the game at 20 stacks, if I recall correctly.
It might be. It might be. I'm too tired to do the calculation.
I sadly don't know the math at all, so I would imagine getting 100 ability power for 1,000.
Yeah. And that sounds right. That's the selling.
Binding does land onto its final spark come across. Reform very low. Ezreal also forced to back out of that one. They might look to re-engage if they get a good binding off. Those Crunchy hovering around the area, but also is great. Light binding lands on the Shaman. Season 6 Animal does pick up the kill onto Gracklito. Does shoot us what he can, but Ezreal will fall. So there goes most of the sustained damage coming out. Season 6 Animal and does ship. Double binded by Vincent, Gip Carry, and Shaman in the 1v1. Sonic Wave actually completely misses out of the park, and Shaman will pick up that revenge kill. A shutdown onto him and a 2-for-1 in favor of Team Korea.
A very, very chaotic fight, but it is Team Korea being able to win this one fight. It is one against Baron. There will come walls here and there. Even if Baron pit, teleport is up, and also...
So is the final spark though. Yeah. Looks like Abruka goes in, lands a 3-man ultimate, gets Season Animal pretty low. Vincent picking up the kill. Baron is picked up by Team Korea though, but how many members will actually live to use it? Not a whole bunch. Seems like Jihadi is the only one with Baron buff left. Actually,
yes.
Does Dorian has it? No, he does not.
He does not have it, so only one Baron buff. I would say it's overall worth more meta stacks, 22 now. So Lux is actually going to be a really, really big threat.
Yeah.
In the coming fights.
Oh, it actually gets to 125 now. It actually goes to 25 stacks now. I forgot.
Up to 25 stacks indeed. So we can in the what is it like the total you would get?
145.
Yeah, 145.
That's like the item plus the bonus AP. That's a lot.
That's indeed a lot. And that only for 30.
How much does Death Cap give?
120 still? Does it still give 120? I think it's
actually, I can check.
AP.
I can check. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's 120 plus the 35, so it's like yeah. Rabadon Death Cap probably gives slightly more ability power on its own still.
And now 723 AP. That's a lot of AP. That is almost a spell that just is lacking 10 damage from doing damage. Not just 1
Yeah. Does she have an elixir? Now I wanna find out.
Yes. Well,
no, it expired.
She had it before. Yeah, it expired now. Like she had it before. So, it actually just ran out. So some of that ability power is now.
So what's the next item you would buy on Lux? Like I don't know. I was thinking Ludens.
You could indeed go Ludens. Just go like attack completely up on the defend ability power. I don't really think you need Zhonya's as much, although you could go it to just to be safe. But with this much cooldown reduction, I think you just want to spam spells and just get your high shields out, your high spell output.
So Baron up minions going to push back Team IV, and then that's pretty much the one thing they got going for them, because Jihadi Dash still has the Baron buff, so they can't like really fully push in. Like they can still defend. Oh, Season 6 Animal gets his Sterix gauge pop though. Will survive that one. Abuka tries to look for an angle to get a good fight in. Meanwhile, look at top lane. Ezreal is split pushing as if his life was depending on it, and Dorian is screaming, stop the ports, stop the ports. Vincent is actually going to be stopped from porting back. That's going to be a shutdown for Jadi Dasha, and that's going to be 12 stacks being taken off. And a lot of kills happening here. Reform gonna go and force away. Jadi Dasha is now trying to stop them for as long as possible, stopping the ports, but Ezreal is gonna get the one turn, actually stops the teleport from coming in, but now here comes Skip Carry for the return here. Reform trying to stop them still. Dorian in the 1v1 versus Skip Carry, but Dorian almost out of mana though, not sure if he can actually get out of this one. Flash with the Arcane Shift, Skip Carry flashing in as well. with the shield towards the ward. Will get the kill onto him, but Dorian got so much off of that backdoor.
He did, but what can IEP get out of this? Baron goes down, they do get Dragon, second Dragon then, and they might... No, actually not. I was about to say they might be able to get a turret, but if I look at the minions, that's not gonna happen.
Nah. It would take forever to get the bot lane or top lane tower with all the minions coming in, but this kind of like opens the door for Team Korea, and now with teleport up for season 6 Animal, like, okay, granted there's no ward around the area to TP to, but he could still like TP to a minion that's like hitting the Nexus turret and probably take the Nexus turret down fairly fast if in a team fight.
And Graves is actually pretty good in taking turrets as well. You basically send against the turret and also contact you deal increased damage onto turrets.
Oh.
That's also a thing to keep in mind. So as long as you hug the turret, then you will also deal additional damage to turrets. So it can actually chunk the turrets down pretty quickly with Graves.
That I did not know.
And now you do.
That's why you're color and I'm play-by-play.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering what kind of direction both teams are going to take it now with the game kind of being in this awkward state as it is right now. Because I feel that both teams like still kind of have a feel for each other, that they're both kind of at equal power level, so it's mostly about outplaying each other. And if it goes to outplaying, Team Korea has a bit more potential in that, but you still have to respect the Lunder. Abuka with an amazing ultimate though, but will it be enough? Dorian getting a billion shields onto him, still surviving. Will the culling get able to do that? No, it will not. Mew in the bot lane. Season 6 Animal is just backdooring his heart's content. Crunchy does get the binding on him though. Says he will go all in. Black Cleaver will proc on some flex, but it is again not enough. Season 6 Animal. Seraph's Gage is popped. So he just decided, let me just take as many minions down as I can. Almost took down Lucian as well, but that's 2 inhibitors down. And I feel that Team Korea are just content with trading their champions for inhibitors.
Yeah, and they know, okay, we've got enough disengage, we've got enough kiting also with the blue Ezreal, where we can just basically sort them out, like try to bait them in the hard engage, where they can't really disengage. And then we just need it with Ezreal, Graves, doesn't matter who it is. Graves would be more entitled to do so, because indeed he can chunk the attackers down a little bit faster because of how his auto attacks works. And also he has teleport up, which will be really important around, of course, map control.
Yeah, I feel that Team IV are just going to put someone on permanent guard duty every time. Dorian actually flashing in aggressively with the Arcane shift. Force the ultimate out of Abuka. Now this might be a huge play for Team Korea. Jihadi is actually going in. Can he find anything out of that one? No, the pings are going down though. Teleport away from Abuka, so that's a lot of summoners down for him though. So no teleport for the next fight as well, which means that Team Korea might be able to bait out a fight at a certain location and try to end it. But here comes Season 6 Animal. Look at that movement speed with the Yeomans. Will he be able to get it with his ult? No, he will not now. He's fighting Crunchy. Buckshot after buckshot. But collateral damage not doing quite enough, but Vincent has to run for his life. Starry's Gage being popped, that damage not being enough. Season 6 Animal flashing in, gets the last auto attack along with the end of the line, which it is very much so for Vincent as he dropped down back all the way to 6 stacks.
Oh, would it be a Baron steal? Maybe it will. Nope, they're actually too late with this, so it is Kim Carey forced to back, but this is really, really big for Team Korea. They do draw the second Baron. Now they do get a little bit delayed from the recall, but now this is where they can go for the split push. Now split push will even matter more with this Baron buff, where they can have several lanes pressured with Baron buff.
Yeah, and they could easily, as you said, have Dorian just split the bot lane, have Season 6 Animal split the top lane, and have the rest just kind of hover down the middle and all just collapse in trying to take down that mid lane inhibitor. Mid lane or top lane inhibitor has respawned though, but I feel like Team Korea are just looking to get that mid lane tower, just to get that inhibitor open, to keep their options open pretty But looks like this might be the fight here. Great headbutt by Reform, knocking back Kip Carey, denying the Dragon's Rage from him, and that's going to be the mid lane inhibitor tower being taken down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Season 6 Animal shooting down the inhibitor as well. Will bring it down slowly but surely. The base of Team IV is into shambles. The bot lane inhibitor is down, the mid lane inhibitor is down, top lane inhibitor is down. This might be the final fight here. Kip Carey in the middle of the Reform trying to tank as much as possible. A Groupka forced to back up, shut down onto the Sid. Vincent picking up a kill. The Tony covering cross, almost taking down someone, but Ezra with the true shot rush gets the snipe onto a Bruka, and that is going to be another tower taking down. The Nexus tower has fallen. Baron of Super Maintenance are fighting and taking out the Nexus. Vincent will fall, and with that, the Nexus will fall as well. GG to Team Korea.
And this game was very back and forth. Both teams coming up big time. First, this very good carry from Kip Carey early on, making plays, definitely abusing that top lane race, pushing into a Mel fight. But sadly, he took all the kills across all the map. But he had like the majority of the kills throughout the game, and you could definitely see that it hurt the team because they are running into this scaling composition with the Ezreal, with the Corki, so it's going to get harder for Lee Sin to make plays.
I do have to give it to Season 6 Animal and Charmin though, because they were so far behind in the beginning. Like Animal was like 0-4 at one point, and Charmin was being harassed into his own jungle, and I feel that they maintained their cool, but mostly what I feel was what won them the game was Team Ivy just being way too cocky and thinking that they were stronger than they they actually were. You know, it was like Kip Carey was the main character of the show, and the rest were just like stand-ins, but they felt like just as important, which they were not.
And the Magi's, it almost worked out.
Yeah,
it almost worked out. 22 stacks, not quite max stacks, but you could see how much Vincent hurt at some point, and that's still the luck scaling you're running in. Like she still deals a lot of damage, but this late it's going to be harder because like the Xerax gauge from Graves as well, you can't one-shot that anymore.
And then like the AoE magic resist you get from the Locket of the Iron Solari, plus the shield coming in, the Zionist Hourglass from Elise, there was just too much to dodge it. Like realistically, your best target would be Corki at that point, but Corki's also like very slippery. Like he can dodge those bindings left and right, so it becomes a point where Lux just kind of becomes useless. Like hard to say, but it kind of is that way.
She doesn't become completely useless, but it's harder to make her effective.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I was going for. But I think that was it for us for today at the very least. The group stages are still going to be played out, so if you want to see your favorite player playing, just hit them up on League of Legends and try to spectate them. We will be back tomorrow with a lot more games. So probably going to go into bracket stages if I am not mistaken. That's going to start off from either 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. I'm not quite sure. I've been hearing conflicting messages. Oh, it is going to be 11. Yeah, it is going to be 11. I just saw. But yeah, any closing statements you want to make?
No, I would. Well, first of all, if you want to make sure to follow these games, also when we go live, make sure to hit us up on the internet, of course, on the website GamersHub.eu. We also on Facebook GamersHub.eu. We've got Twitter at GamersHub.eu and also the YouTube GamersHub.eu TV.
Yeah, and don't forget our awesome sponsors and the people who made this stream possible. Of course, the people of GamersHub and the people of Fragmatic for hosting this. Also, big shout outs to our main sponsor, Razer, for the competition and for the prizes, and all of our other sponsors, Azo, Speed Seats, and AverMedia, which we are using to bring the stream to you.
And then with that, I want to wish you a very good night. If you're still watching, then good luck, have fun, and we will see you tomorrow.